Howdy folks, we're here at the Fairbanks ghost town. We're going to go on about 4 mile hike. We're going to look for Contention City. It's not on Google Maps. I got a rough idea where it may be, so here we go. And we'll continue right after the intro. We're kind of in a rush. It's about 11 o'clock, and this gate, they'll close the gate and lock it at dark. So we have 4 mile trip, roughly, maybe a little more, and then 4 miles back. So we'll see how it goes. We hope we make it. If not, then we'll have to try some other time. But Jack's recording.
Sun's going down already. Sorry, it's just the clouds are shape-shifting right now.
You might be thinking, Contention City, why does that sound so familiar? Well, you may have heard it because the Earps were held on trial there after their little incident at the OK Corral. You have to admit that this is beautiful through here. It's a nice path. But where we're going, it may not be so nice.
Wow, look at how nature makes a tunnel of the trees.
Yep.
Beautiful, beautiful. A tunnel.
Also up here, there's an old Spanish fort, and we're going to be visiting that for sure. We'll make it that far, I know. It's just hunting for Contention City. That's going to be the issue. That's going to be time consuming. Now this is the turn off to the cemetery. If you watched our video, at the first video of 2024, we went to Fairbanks and we did the loop. And we gave you a tour of the cemetery. I'll leave a link to that video in the description if you'd like to watch that. It's the perfect day for a hike out here. It's about 65 degrees, the sun is shining, so you won't get cooked by this walk. And this is a really nice trail. For what we're on right now, it's called the Fairbank Loop. And like I said, we did that loop last year, our first video, Fairbank. Well, we're past the covered path, and it's a little more warmer here than what we just went through.
I will not give up. I'll keep going forwards until my legs become noodles.
If y'all would like, give us a like and subscribe so you can see our upcoming videos. We'd really appreciate that. I was on YouTube the other day and saw that somebody made a video about going to Walmart, and they had 6K views in like 9 hours. And I'm thinking, what in the world is so interesting about going to Walmart? I guarantee you, Jack's Arizona Adventures, it is an experience. And we bring that to you every time we go out. So give a thumbs up so we can get out there in the world. We'd really appreciate it. And subscribe. I think we're making pretty good time. I'm falling a little bit behind, but not by much. You see, they're a little bit ahead of me, but I got a 35, maybe 40-pound pack on my back. And I'm 59 years old. So I'm doing good, I think. Got some grasslands section here. See the mountains there in the distance. Beautiful. We have more tree cover. Give us a little bit of shade. Gets a little bit cooler. Because I have to tell you, I'm getting a little warm.
Nothing bad so far. Not like climbing Mount Everest, waiting to go down.
Here shortly, we're going to be coming up on the old mill that's located over here. I'll explain more about that in the video. We covered the mills around this area when we did the Millville Charleston video. A very interesting video. If you haven't watched it, I'll put a link to that video in the description. YouTube kind of cut it off because it depicted too much violence, I believe, because it was a rough and rowdy town, Charleston. And we're talking about the 1880s. It gets a little rough back in them days. Here we are. We're coming up to the old mill site. It's something else. I'll get you some good footage of that. This is something else. There, up on the hill. Well, that was the old mill. We'll have to do another video on that. I think it's just interesting enough because you can actually walk up there, but we're on a little bit of a time crunch. We did, somebody just passed us. We just took a break and, took some pictures of the old mill. We did pass somebody that said they're on their way to see if they can't find Contention City. We'll see if he makes it. Over and out. Trail's getting a little rocky here. But it smooths out. We're back in the grasslands with some trees. Well, we made it to the turning point. And this sign tells you everything. The distance, estimated distance. And it says Contention City and Mill, 2 miles. So we're at the halfway point. So let's go. Let's go find Contention City. It's getting a little rougher. The trail looks more like a washout than a trail. We're going into a big wash. Now we're in the big wash. There are no signs or anything. What I do see is a path right over there. Telltale sign we may be on the right trail. I can see trees over there, and that would be the San Pedro River. The big trees. Give you a look here.
Seems like this takes away half your stamina.
I don't think this is a trail. It doesn't look like a trail. But we're going by footprints that we're seeing. So it may or may not take us to where we need to go. This is all part of the business. Don't really know where you're going sometimes. There's no signs, no nice, neat trail. It's just, you have to go by instinct. You know you're going in the right general direction. Hope you see somebody's footprints. If you see horse manure on the trail, that's a good sign. Let me give you a shot at this. Look for things like that. Sometimes you'll see little piles of rock unnaturally piled up, stacked on one on top of another. That's a good clue. But that's what we're going on. Looks like we're coming up on the San Pedro River, and I didn't think we were supposed to be this close to it, but we'll see. Well, we're here at the San Pedro, and it looks pretty much all dried up right here. A little bit of a trickle, but that's about it. Well, we took a little break at the San Pedro River. We're heading back up to what we think is the trail. I looked on my map at on onX, but it's with no service. It doesn't tell you where you're at, but I could tell where we were at by the curve. We're on the right path according to the trail I made on the map. If that's right, we're right. So I guess we'll find out. But we're back on the trail. This is the trail that we're on. It's definitely a trail. So let's hope for the best here. San Pedro is damp, no water that I can see, which is a far cry from further south that we have to cross water in the San Pedro. Believe it or not, San Pedro flows south to north. San Pedro River starts in Mexico. I believe it's about 15 miles in Mexico, and flows north all the way to the Gila River. But by the time it reaches the Gila River, for most of the year, there's no water. It's getting a little jungly through here. As you can see, this is what we're going through. It is what it is. Oh my goodness. Got a duck. Branches are catching on my pack. That was a little rough area. This is where it gets a little bit intense. Are we on a trail? I don't know. Sometimes you just have to drive on. Keep going. It's out there somewhere, and we're pretty determined to find it. This is what we've run into now. High grass, which means watch out for snakes, because rattlers, they like to hide in this tall grass. And despite popular belief, they don't always give you a warning before they strike. Run into quite a few rattlesnakes on our adventures. Of course, we go out to places that are very remote and not a lot of people. So, yeah, we run into quite a few rattlesnakes. I know that I've seen videos where they've been out there and they've never seen a rattlesnake. Well, we go out where very few people go, and it's very remote, and we see them. Reminds me of an incident. We were going down to the cliff house, the Redfield Canyon Cliff House, the Hope Jones Cliff House, and we went down there, and I was searching for a place to cross the creek, and I came across a big old rattlesnake, and he was mad, he or she. He let me know it wasn't moving, so we had to find another way across the creek, which we did. That was a great video, the Hope Jones Cliff House. Running into some trees. Well, we think it's a path. Well, at least it doesn't have grass growing here, so I guess you call that a path. Uh-oh. Well, it looks like our path ends or it goes straight up into an embankment. Oh, there we go. That is definitely a path. We have something over here. I don't know what that is. I guess we may find out when we get closer. Looks like we're coming on some old posts. Whew. Yep, this is a trail. Not much of one, but it's a trail. We are heading in the right direction. Whether we find Contention City or not, that's a whole other ball game. Well, we found something a little bit unusual. It looks like a zip line because there's a platform. I don't know if you can see it on the video. Let me zoom in a little bit. All right, looks like a zip line. If that's not the craziest thing. I don't see where it goes to. Oh, looks like it's over here somewhere, so we're coming up on it. All right, it may not be a zip line, but it looks like it was well, actually, yes, a zip line that would carry stuff from one side of the river, the San Pedro River, to the other side. Interesting. That could be an important clue if you ever come out here looking for Contention City. So when you see that, you're on the right trail. Unless we don't find it, then you're probably on the wrong trail. We'll see. When I was doing my research for Contention City, I didn't find a whole lot on it. No photographs, like we did for Charleston, which is a little odd. Maybe they just weren't as popular of a town. Maybe they weren't rowdy enough to get recognized. But, yeah, let's see if we can find it. I'm rough estimate I would say about 3 miles in now. Looks like we got a split in the trail. We have a trail that goes up that way and a trail that goes over here. Who knows? I guess they decided they're going to go ahead and go straight. We'll see. This is what it looks like where we're at. We got trees. It almost looks like it looked in Charleston. There could be anything hidden in there, any kind of old ruin or building. And we have the San Pedro with no water in it over on this side. And we got this trail. That is definitely a trail that goes in the direction we should be going into. Oh, that trail that went straight? No, don't take that one. Veer to the right. There's a trail. Take that one. Looks like we're coming down to another wash. With another trail. Well, we hope it's a trail. We're still searching. Nothing yet. It's getting later in the day. We have to think about getting back here shortly because they'll lock that gate up at dusk. And this being the winter, our days are shorter. So we have to keep that in mind. We'll keep searching for a little bit longer. I see something up there. I'm not sure if it's ruins or a cliff, but we're gonna go check it out. Sometimes it's hard to tell because they use the same dirt from the San Pedro River and the surroundings to make the brick for the ruins. We pointed that out in the Millville Charleston video, how the cliffs and the dirt was the same color as the brick and the walls that they used. But we're getting closer, but still can't tell. There's a tree over here that looks like it's been here since, well, actually both of them. It look like they've been here since the 1880s. And take a look at those. Massive trees. Okay, what I thought was ruins, it is a cliff. An embankment, cliff embankment. A huge one. I'll turn the camera around so you can get a better look. Not so sure, folks. We've got very little of a trail, if you can call it a trail. And we'll still keep searching and keeping the eyes peeled out because these, like Charleston, it just popped out of nowhere when we were looking for that. I mean, and it was buried deep in the trees. Well, we just took a little break, got a little something to drink and something to eat. We're going to head out still, go in further, because my thinking is, if it's anything like Charleston, is we're heading up there to that plateau. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. Oh, and by the way, I had to switch, and I'm using the camera on my iPad. Luckily, I brought that with me because my phone, which I was using the camera on my iPhone, it's just about dead, and I'm going to need that because I've got my map on that phone, and if it goes dead, I can't use my map. But forward we go. Well, it looks like we found ourselves in a little bit of a canyon here. So we're going to follow this here and see where it leads. Well, looks like it might lead up here. A little bit of a climb. Oh, level ground. So we are up, like I predicted, up a little bit on the plateau. So we're going to follow this trail a little bit further and see if we can't find Contention City. I can't tell if this is a trail and it looks like a runoff, but we're going to follow it anyway. It's our best alternative. Definitely wrong move. Turned around. We found what might be a better trail up this way. That, what I said was a runoff, yep, it ran off right off the cliff. So we're trying this, which is better suited. I didn't even see this coming through. Be careful coming through here, Jack. We are definitely getting higher up. I hope my microphone is working on this. I guess we'll find out when we get home. But let's look at this. This is just beautiful. But we are climbing. We're coming across a lot of old metal. Looks like part of a metal can of some sort. So we must be getting close. And I'm looking up here. I mean, a lot of old cans. Look at this. It's like it used to be a dumping ground of some sort through here. There looks like an old brick there. We must be getting close. Oh, there's some more metal up there, some old cans and stuff up there. So, stay tuned. Okay, we're coming up on something. This is not natural. Oh, look at this. We got bricks. Did we find the remnants of Contention City? Look at this. Old bricks. Oh, they're all over the place. What's around the next corner? What else are we going to find? This is getting very exciting. I love this kind of stuff. So does Jack. He says, yeah. Oh, we got some more old brick up here. And if there was going to be a town, like I predicted, it would be, oh, that's squared off. That's not natural. You got to see this. Look at this. There's something there in the embankment there, in the cliff. We have some more old brick over here. Oh, look, we got more brick over here. Oh, it's all over the place. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at this. Hope the footage on this iPad isn't too bad. Oh, look at the big beams up there. Got some big beams. Started to get windy up here. Oh, we have to check this stuff out.
Cement?
This looks more like cement than dirt.
Well,
I think we found Contention City. If it's not Contention City, I don't know what else it would be. But in this is something. Look at this. This is something else. I have no idea what this would be. What in the world is this? Anybody know what that would have been? Yeah, I have no idea what that would have been. So did we find Contention City? What is your thoughts? Looks like we got an old relic here with some old nails. Gonna leave them right where they belong. Oh. Okay, we're gonna check out this hole. We're not gonna go in it. Well, I don't know. I want to say that. Oh, it doesn't go in very far. Oh, wow. I have no idea what that would have been. But it was cut pretty precise on the top and the edges and the back there. I have no idea what it was for. Maybe keep storage for lumber or something to keep it dry. I don't know. Find out. I'll go and look it up.
That's not a natural shape.
It might have been part of Contention City. I think it's a little bit, I think it's near, but I'm pretty sure this is the mill. Because Contention City did have their own mill.
Yeah, that's what it said on the front.
Yep. You got a little wooden step down.
Metal architecture.
Yeah, some more of that coil metal. We're heading down. Little, well, actually, it's not a big wash, but it's a deep wash. See if we could spot anything else. If that was all we were to find, I would be very happy. We find ourselves going into another wash. Yeah. Oh, and look over here. Check this out. An old horseshoe on a branch. If you see this, then you've been on the same path we've been on, if you decide to take this path. Okay, looked at the map, our map, and the coordinates I have for Contention City was not where we were just at. It's further up this way. So we're gonna drive on that way and search for Contention City. Okay, we must be getting close because I'm seeing more old cans and stuff. Remnants of old cans, not been there for a long time, I'm sure. But here we go, we're going forward. Also seeing old glass too, pieces of old glass. Look at the color of it. You can tell it's old. There we go. Looks like we've come across some fence, which is not old. We're gonna go check it out. Okay, evidently this is fenced off for a reason. We got a sign there, Bureau of Land Management. Looks like we got a fenced off area. It's not very large. So this is telling me this is significant for some reason. This little fenced off area. Maybe it was a cemetery, I don't know. An archaeological dig, maybe, I don't know. but we're going to go check out the rest of the area. I'm sure we're getting close.
It says, notice you're on federal lands. Cultural resources in the vicinity of this notice are fragile and irreplaceable.
We checked the map, my map, and the coordinates I have is for this very spot right here, where we showed you the barbed wire, and the barbed wire is fairly new. I mean, it's not even rusted or anything. And my theory is this used to be a cemetery. Well, not used to be, but is a cemetery. And I'm going to show you why I think that. Okay, as you look over here, you see that flat stone? Now that looks to me like granite. And what did they use granite for back then? Headstones. Another thing that I'm seeing is you see rocks, a rock placed there, and a little further up is another one. And you see mounds. Now these mounds, you might not think nothing of it because there's bushes growing out of the mounds. I do believe this was Contention City Cemetery. We're going to explore just a little bit further up. But I'm sorry, folks, but I think this used to be Contention City. This area, this barren right now. And I have something else to show you here in just a moment. Okay, you look right there. There's a piece of purple glass. And you see some more pieces of purple glass. And it's frosted. That's not modern. That it's from an old perfume bottle maybe. But I find that very interesting. We're going to leave it right where it is because not only is it the right thing to do, but it's also against the law to pick up artifacts. Okay, so we did some more exploring. We found remnants of old cans, more broken glass and pottery, but this is it. This used to be Contention City, Arizona, which there is pretty much nothing left of it anymore. Unlike Charleston, where they built the homes and the buildings out of the mud brick, and they're still there. Remnants of them are still there, the ruins. Here, they must have built their houses out of wood, and maybe they burned down. Maybe the wood was stolen and taken away. I don't know. But it's a little disappointing. But it was an exciting trip. So we're going to beat feet. We're going to go down to the San Pedro River because we're running out of time. We need to get back by dark because they locked the gate. So we're going to go down the San Pedro River instead of going on the trail we were on and get back as fast as we can before it gets dark. It's like 3:30, 3:45, something like that. Wintertime. It gets dark early here in Arizona. So we'll keep you posted along the way until the next stop.
Sounds good to me. What about you, Jack?
Yes.
All right, guys. I didn't make any clips on our way back because it was starting to get dark. It's at dusk right now. We made it back before it got dark. Yeah, we took the San Pedro River and then took the wash up. We stayed away from the trail. But once you take the wash up to hit the trail, you have to stay on the trail because the cliff and everything on the San Pedro, once you get to that point, is too high for you to climb. So keep that in mind if you want to do this. If you like the video, give it a like so we can, get up in the ratings and get more views. Share it with other people. Um, it's a whole lot better than watching a video about someone shopping at Walmart. I can tell you that. You have anything to say, Jack? Oh, just a big old smile.
8 miles, we did it! Woo!
8 miles. It was 4 miles. Actually, it was more than 8 miles because it was a little over 4 miles that we walked. But then we walked and searched the area, see if we can find any kind of remnants, foundations, anything of the town, and then the walk back. And when I say walk, it's more of a hike in some areas. And we're a little bit sore, and I'm a little bit bloody, and I broke my thingamajig that holds my iPhone camera stand thing, so I'll have to get another one of those. But that's all part of it, I guess. And we had a really good time. I hope you had a good time watching it. I'm going to put it together. It is what it is. And we'll see you on the next video. Thumbs up.